LMU Tri-State News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. A wintry mix is making its way through East Tennessee, bringing an icy, rainy, snowy mix of precipitation that will not taper off until midweek. Temperatures will remain below freezing even throughout the day, meaning that there is a concern for ice to blanket roads and snow to accumulate. This means that we could be seeing several inches of snow with those bitter cold temperatures. So it is important to keep safety in mind before, during, and even after the winter weather settles in. To keep your home safe while we experience this winter weather, when you deal with space heaters, be sure to keep them at least 3 feet from any objects, and that does include furniture, and also keep your pets at a safe distance from them. If there is an automatic setting, turn it off when no one is at home. Your oven or kitchen stove should never be used to heat your house. In the past, this has led to a number of fires throughout our community. And don't forget to check on your neighbors and make sure the elderly are safe, warm, and have food and water. Winter weather is also a threat for your pets. When the temperatures drop to near or below freezing, it is best to bring them indoors. And if you have a pet that cannot be brought indoors, be sure they have warm bedding and fresh water that isn't frozen. You never want to be caught unprepared driving around during a winter storm. AAA suggests putting together a winter weather kit to have in your car. Some of the items include drinking water, first aid kit, non-perishable snacks, blankets, and extra warm clothing. Make sure you have a flashlight with extra batteries, a snow shovel and ice scraper, jumper cables, and a basic toolkit. If you absolutely have to travel during winter weather, be sure to keep your gas tank full and try to never travel alone, or be sure to let someone else know your travel plans. Now, to keep up with the latest forecast from the National Weather Service that is going to be located in Morristown, you can go to their website at www.srh.noaa.gov. The fire that destroyed the Pennington Gap Town Hall last Thursday is now being investigated by the Virginia State Police. The state police were called to the scene at approximately 9:50 that night, and it is believed that the fire sparked just after 9 o'clock. Witnesses state that the flames were so large that they were shooting through the roof of the building and even out windows. Town manager Phil Hensley remains hospitalized from smoke inhalation after he and Mayor Holbrook rushed into the building in an attempt to save computer equipment. The only town government office that was not located inside the building is the police department. According to reports, Hensley and Holbrook were able to salvage computer equipment in the police, but the building is a total loss. A meeting with the town council was held Friday morning to discuss relocation of the town government offices. The cause of the fire is unknown, and it does remain under investigation. Now, it was an exciting experience for employees of the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum when the ribbon was cut opening a very special exhibit last Thursday.
On Lincoln and the movies, and we kept trying to see Steven Spielberg. I think we tried Disney, you tried everybody, to try and get a gift, something from one of the Lincoln movies. And knowing the Lincoln was coming out, well, as you might realize, that movie was a bit of a hit, so that costumes from that movie don't just get given out. They're special value now. We were able to, Mr. Wilson actually was able to secure 3 costumes from the movie Lincoln for this special exhibit right here for 9 months here at LMU.
The special exhibit opened at the museum in conjunction with DreamWorks Studios titled Clouds and Darkness Surround Us, The Life of Mary Todd Lincoln, featuring costumes from the DreamWorks film Lincoln. The tragic events in the life of Mary Todd Lincoln are put on display, showing how she found herself living in the executive mansion not so much as a first lady, but more so a captive of circumstances beyond her control. The exhibit uses original and replica artifacts from the Kincaid Gallery inside the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum, giving visitors a rare opportunity to enjoy history and Hollywood right here at home. The centerpieces of the exhibit are 3 costumes from the Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg's movie, Lincoln. The costumes on display are being loaned from the DreamWorks Studios archives. The display is being enhanced with artifacts, replicas, and memorabilia from the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum collection. The exhibit opened last Thursday as LMU celebrates Founders Day in honor of Lincoln's birth on February 12th. The temporary exhibit will be on display in Harrogate through November 20th of this year. A very big day took place last Monday for fourth-year students at the DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine, and that day is called Match Day. To explain exactly what Match Day is and why it's so important, here is Dr. Michael Whiting.
Match Day is probably one of the most important days in a medical student's life. What happens is the medical students find out what residency program they've been matched to. And the way that works basically is that the medical student has spent several of the previous months actually applying for residency programs, interviewing at those locations, and so they submit a rank order list of programs in their specialty that they've chosen in order of their preference, and they submit that to the National Residency Matching Program. And then the residency programs who've been interviewing applicants during the same time period, they submit their preferences in rank order list. And there's a very complicated computer algorithm that matches the applicant with their specialty program of choice, and it's geared to try to do that to the applicant's advantage.
One student who knows how stressful the day can be and how exciting it is to be matched to their top choice is fourth-year student Lauren Davis.
About that. So my number one choice for this year was Southampton for their integrated family medicine neuromuscular medicine program. So as my top choice, I also couples matched with my boyfriend, so we both had to match into our number one spot in order for me to get this spot, and we are both going to the same program, so we'll both be doing the family medicine neuromuscular medicine residency. If you matched into a program, you get an email from the match system at around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So mine actually came a little bit earlier. We found out about 9:15 in the morning. Wow. So trying to start a new rotation because it was new rotation week, and then try to make phone calls to family and let them know, yes, this is where I matched. I got my top choice. We're so excited. Yeah. It was really difficult to try to still be a medical student and be excited at the same time. Everyone starts residency July 1st. Okay. So for me, I will get a packet in the mail from Southampton. Okay. And sign the contract that way, and then send it back. Orientation's usually about a week before residency starts, so the end of June we have to be up there. So graduation's May 9th, we start July 1st, so we have that amount of time to find a home, find a new place to live, move, set up for residency.
Match Day for the MD program will be taking place in March, and LMU Tri-State News will be catching up again with Dr. Whiting and other students in that program when their Match Day takes place. The deadline to fill out the FAFSA for students wanting to apply for the Tennessee Promise was Sunday, February 15th. Now, if you missed that date and want to know what you can do going forward, we talked with Director of Financial Aid, Brian Ursuline, and here is what he has to say about the subject.
You must complete the free application for federal student aid before February 15th. If they do not have it completed by February 15th, it's my understanding from the state of Tennessee they won't be eligible for the Tennessee Promise program. Now that's okay. I mean, they can still qualify for the federal and state and even institutional, many times financial aid programs. They just need to do it as soon as possible. Okay. I think a lot of times what happens with the FAFSA form is that families think they can't complete that form until they have their taxes completed, which is a misnomer. They can estimate their taxes. There's a question on the FAFSA form that asks them, have you filed your taxes yet? And if not, you can say, will file. And that's pretty as easy as that. Then go back in, a month from now, or whenever they have their taxes done, and update the FAFSA. So that's the biggest piece on that process and everything, is just to go ahead and get it completed, if they haven't already done so. Depending on the schools they're looking at would depend on the deadline. And obviously, the community colleges, that's a big deal right now, is the Tennessee Promise, and so it's important.
If you haven't filled out your FAFSA yet, just log on to www.fafsa/application.com. Now, coming up after the break, we have information on the upcoming Relay for Life kickoff, followed by your sports update with Adam Haley right after the break.
Join the Vive Broadband TV revolution. Vive gives you the freedom to choose with loads of new channels like Up TV, The Hub, The Blaze, and Cubo. Vive's Watch TV Everywhere feature gives you the freedom to watch participating channels just about anywhere, anytime, on any device. And Vive Broadband Speed gives you the freedom to power internet TV services like Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, and Google Chromecast. Join the TV revolution at vivebroadband.com.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
February is Eating Disorder Awareness Month, and as part of Lincoln Memorial University's Counseling Center's efforts to increase awareness of these disorders, a symposium has been scheduled for next Monday. Katie Rosas from Focus Treatment Centers in Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Memphis will be here to speak at 1:30 in the Math and Science Building, Room 101. Rosas and some of her staff will be on hand to give a 1-hour presentation on body image, diet, and exercise and the treatment of eating disorders. All faculty, staff, and students are welcome to attend. And if you have questions about this symposium, you can contact Jason Kishpaw at 423-869-6401. Last Thursday, the Bell County Chamber of Commerce, along with the Middlesboro Mall and the Children's Reading Foundation of Appalachia, sponsored a fundraising event at the Middlesboro Mall. All event goers got the opportunity to sample all the yummy treats for only $10 at the Chocolate Craze event. Over 15 vendors were set up with sweet treats that include chocolate, strawberry, and even vanilla fudge. The Children's Reading Foundation of Appalachia, Kentucky serves Bell County, Kentucky, and Lee County, Virginia. The chapter works to educate families about the importance of reading with the message, read with your child 20 minutes every day. For more information about the Children's Reading Foundation, you can check out their website at readingfoundation.org. For information about events coming up at the Middlesboro Mall, you can give them a call at 606-248-0397 or the Bell County Chamber of Commerce at 606-248-1075. The annual American Cancer Society Relay for Life kickoff event will be held this coming Saturday, February 24th, on the Lincoln Memorial University campus in the Tex Turner Arena. The athletic department on the campus remains a continued supporter of this event after several years. The event gets volunteers started in the yearly fundraising event that supports cancer research and treatment, as well as celebrating the bravery of those who fight and have fought to beat this disease. Several vendors set up on the concourse and sell anything from crafts to food, with all proceeds going to Relay for Life. Businesses, along with volunteers from all over the area, come to support the activities and begin their fundraising for the year. Everyone in the community is not only invited to attend the Relay for Life kickoff event during the game, but you are also invited to the event that is held annually at the Harrogate City Park, and that is held in September. The Lincoln Memorial University men's lacrosse team made history over the weekend, and Adam Haley will be bringing you the news about that and all of your sports highlights right after this break.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Over the weekend, the LMU men's and women's basketball teams were at home for their second-to-last home game of the season against Lenore-Ryan. The women were coming in off back-to-back road losses, but the Tex Turner Arena has been better to the ladies than the road. LR and LMU spent the majority of the first half trying to figure each other out, as the biggest lead for either team was only 6 points, and the two went into the locker room at halftime tied at 28. In the second half, both teams once again went back and forth like prize fighters until the Bears went on a 10-2 run to give LR an 8-point lead with 8 minutes left. LMU fought back and eventually took the lead on a Megan Pittman jumper with 1:13 left in the second half. However, it was LR's Morgan Cooper and Cheyenne Logan who each hit a free throw in the final minute to give Lenore-Ryan the 57-56 win. Josie Harding led LMU as the only player in double figures with 14 points. The Lady Rail Splitters have now lost 3 straight for the second time this season, and they fall back to 500 at 12-12 overall and 9-9 in conference. They are in 6th place in the conference with 4 games to go. The men came into their game knowing with a win they would be the conference regular season champions and the #1 seed in the upcoming conference tournament. With that in mind, the Rail Splitters took care of business and did so early. LMU took the lead 8-6 over LR 3 minutes into the game, and they used the final 17 minutes of the first half to outscore the Bears 28-8 to lead at the break 34-16. The Rail Splitters once again came out red hot in the second half, shooting 56% in the half, while LR only shot 27%, and LMU cruised to the 69-37 win. The Rail Splitters have now won 3 consecutive conference championships in 4 out of the last 5. LMU's 23-1 on the season and 17-1 in conference play. Now, both basketball teams will be on the road Wednesday night, weather permitting, in Brevard, North Carolina when they face the Tornadoes of Brevard College. The women will tip at 4:30 p.m. and the men will tip at 7 p.m. LMU Sports Network pregame coverage will start at 4:10 p.m. on 91.3 FM. On Saturday, February 22nd, the two teams will be home for the final time in the regular season as they'll play host to the Wingate Bulldogs. Tip for the women will be at 2 p.m. and the men will tip at 4 p.m. LMU Sports Network coverage will start at 1:40 on 91.3 FM as well as LMU Community TV. Now, history was made on Saturday at the LMU Lacrosse Complex when the LMU men hosted their first lacrosse game in school history against Lees-McRae. LMU outshot Lees-McRae 46-16, including a 27-3 first half advantage. Tyler Justin scored 4 goals on 10 shots, as that would be used as LMU would take a 7-2 halftime lead before they put away the Bobcats for their first ever LMU lacrosse win, 15-6. Now at 1-1 on the season, the LMU men's lacrosse team will now wait until Saturday, February 21st to start conference play when they'll play host to Wingate University. That will also be the debut for the LMU women's lacrosse program. The LMU baseball team spent the weekend once again hosting a conference team, and this time it was Newberry College. On Friday, the two teams played an epic conference matchup with the first 4 innings going scoreless. Newberry and LMU would each score 3 times over the next 5, but as fate would have it, they would have to go to extra innings. And unfortunately for Splitter fans, it was the Wolves' Robert Koch and JoJo Bradley each hitting an RBI single to lift Newberry to the 5-3 win. On Saturday, the two came back for a doubleheader. Game 1 was over before it began, as the Wolves scored 9 runs in the first inning, and Newberry would cruise to a 20-7 win in Game 1. The LMU bats would finally come to life in the third and final game of the series. Catcher Kyle Floyd went 3 of 4 with 3 runs and 4 RBIs, as LMU would win 15-9. The Rail Splitter baseball team is now 4-7 on the season. The baseball team will be on the road next weekend for a 3-game series with the Tusculum Pioneers in Greenville. And finally, the LMU softball team was in Columbus, Georgia over the weekend for the CSU Cougar Classic. On Saturday, the first game was against Georgia College, and it did not go LMU's way as they would fall to Georgia College 6-2. Game 2 would pit the Lady Rail Splitters against the Montevallo Falcons in another regional matchup. The Falcons got out to an early 3-1 lead after the first inning, but it was the Lady Rail Splitters who used a 4-run 9th inning to pull out the 8-7 win. On Sunday, the ladies once again geared up for a doubleheader, this time against host Columbus State and Young Harris. Against Columbus State, LMU got on the board in the third on a throwing error and then plated more runs in the fifth on an Emily Solomon RBI single and a 4-run home run by Amanda Snow to give LMU the 7-0 win. In the final game of the weekend, LMU completed the 3-game winning streak by defeating Young Harris 6-3. Now at 4-2 overall, the LMU softball team will be back in action on Wednesday, February 18th at home against Lee University, weather permitting. And that's all for sports. Stay tuned. We'll have more LMU news after this.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care.
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Tri-State News. Thank you for joining us. Please, everyone, stay safe and warm during this winter weather system. And for everyone behind the scenes here, I'm Ashley Hurley.